Good day everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Architect Aris Pasa at your service, and this is the first video of a 20-part series about Revit 2020, the basics. I hope you stay with me to the very last video so you'll be able to learn and start your journey with Revit. I would like to thank all our friends whom we asked to support us in this endeavor. Those who have shared the link, thank you very much. Maraming salamat po. And I hope many more architects, many more engineers will get to benefit from this video. The way I will be teaching this video is similar to how I do it on a tutorial basis, on a personalized basis. So this is unlike any other video na makikita nyo dito sa YouTube na nagtuturo ng Revit. I would like to go deep into the details. Yung mga questions, especially for the beginners, will be answered, and those small tricks will be coming out as we learn the lessons all along. Alright, so without further ado, let's go to our first topic. This will be the introduction to the interface of Revit 2020. So what you see now in my screen is the interface of Revit 2020. I have a student version of the software. You can also have it just by downloading from the Autodesk website. Just sign in and you can get to enjoy the software for the next 3 years. Libre po yan. Alright? To start with, you can see the interface of Revit 2020 is slightly different from the previous versions from 2019-2018. It comes on a very clean interface, basically white. They will have the open and new tabs here. Of course, there's still the division of the models on the first part and the upper part here, and the lower part here is for the families. Alright, I'll explain more on the difference of models and families later on as we tackle the various lessons. Alright, so to start with, you go to the new tab, click on the new, and normally it will go to this prompt and ask you to select a template. So we'll not select the construction template right here. We'll go to browse, and it will lead us to the US metric folder, and we'll choose the default metric template. Alright, you can see here that this is a template file with the extension of .rte, and you can just open it. And it will bring you back to this prompt, and make sure that the default metric is already here and you are ticking on the create new project. Make no mistake, don't ever click this, otherwise you'll be in such a mess. Okay, make sure you create a new project and then click OK. Yeah, Revit brings us now to the interface. So the interface is pretty much similar to what we have been used to using as architects and engineers, like the AutoCAD, because Revit is like a cousin of Autodesk. They're owned by the same developer, Autodesk. So you can see on the top part, the top ribbon are the tabs, and here you have the project browser, and the right hand side is the property tool, the properties toolbar. The big difference that you might have may have not seen yet in AutoCAD is the project browser. Project browser contains everything which is in Revit already. Here you can see your floor plans, you can see your ceiling plans, elevations. You can add sections and it will be here. You can add renderings, you can add 3D views, and it will all be here. And the legends are here, schedules, and all the sheets will be here also as well. So you don't need to open another file, everything that you need for the project. All the drawings, all the views will be in one single project, right? But before you continue, the most important thing is to save the project. So click on File and Save As and Save. I'll put it in my folder and my desktop. I made it 2020 tutorial. I'll name this Lesson 1. Click on the options. I'll make sure that the file save options is set to 1, not to 20, which is the default value. You'll get to know the importance of changing that value later on, right? So click OK and click Save. You'll see that this is already your Lesson 1, floor plan level 1, right? You see, this is floor plan level 1 because the level 1 under the floor plan folder here is in bold letters, is highlighted. If I click on level 2, another tab opens, and now this is highlighted as level 2. I can also close this just to minimize the tabs open. I can go to level 1 ceiling plan, double click on it, and this is already the ceiling plan, but I can also close that. I can go to the east elevation. The east elevation and all the other elevation for that matter shows the level already. So by default, level 1 is set to 0. Level 2 is set to 4 meters. So we are in metric, what we are using here is in millimeters. So let's say you're in the Philippines, you would like to have the level 1 to be your ground level. You can rename it. Just click on it and then rename it. Yes. And we can change the value. Let's say if you want to make this 300 mm, that's completely fine. And level 2, if you want to make this as your first floor plan, first floor level, that's fine. Click yes. We'll keep the value as 4,000 for now. Then if we need to add, of course we need to add a roof level. We're doing a 2-story residence for now for this first project. We'll just click on it. You can just copy like in AutoCAD and put on the value. You can enter the value, let's say 3,500, click enter. So that's 3,500 from the first floor level. That makes it 7,500. We can rename it. Let's make it roof level. Done. Click escape. So we are working on west elevation. If you visit now the south elevation, you can see that those levels are already created as well. Okay. So now I'd like to close the other elevations. I'll just keep one elevation open. So I'll have my roof level, first floor level, and ground level right there. Okay, we're not doing more on the drawing for now because this is our first video. I would like to introduce to you the interface. Alright, so I've shown to you the floor plan, ceiling, elevations, and of course you'll have legends eventually, you'll have schedules, you'll have the sheets, and of course the families which are contained in this specific template that we have opened. We'll go to that, to these details later on. Let's go first to the tabs available in your Revit interface. The first tab is the architecture tab, which composes of the wall, door, window, component, roof, ceiling, floor, all of these components that can be created in architecture. Right? You have this structure, as you can see right there. Steel is this feature is new in Revit 2020.